My new album is called Mixwell Addictive. It's a follow-up from Mixwell Impressive, and before that was Mixwell Expensive. So yeah, I've got just a funny, weird way of naming my albums. I just think it's boring to have an album, volume 2, volume 3, volume this, volume that. I think people like the names better, and with this one, I was like, trying to create a sound that, an album that you wouldn't stop playing. I wanted you to be addicted to the music. So yeah, it's for the first time I did 100% local music. Where else before, yes, it would be local, but it would be fused with like international music brought into one CD. So this time around it's 100% local. So I've worked with a lot of guys from here, producers, vocalists, engineers, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was something different for me, to just go all out and just be 100%. And people thought, Fistaz is not gonna work, but I was like, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I know it will work. And then we dropped the first single, Hide Him Up the Biz. It just went crazy, and I just think it went crazy because people trust my brand, and two, I think I know what I'm doing. So I spend a lot of time, testing out music in clubs, and that's the nice thing about being a DJ. Unlike most people, you sit in the studio, you do an album, and you just don't know how people are going to receive it. So with us, I can do a song. This coming weekend alone, I'm doing something like 6 gigs. So I'm going to play it 6 times with 6 different types of people. So if I get a hit rate of 80% and I see the people are enjoying, chances are they will enjoy it once it's on the CD. So that's the nice thing about being a DJ. You've got a platform where you can test your music out before you actually release it. Yeah, earlier on this year, Mikasa went to Spain. It was an initiative of the government, Gauteng Sports and Culture, and such a long name. But yeah, we wanted to expose the Spanish people to South African music. So that's one of the main things that I do with my company. We find platforms overseas where we can put South African music on a big stage. So that's what we did this year. We found a big stage, Ibiza. In Ibiza, there's a season where it's just madness, and then we just made sure that we get Mikasa to perform 1 or 2 gigs at those stages. It was massive. Advice I can give young guys is that know your brand. That's the most important thing because. Okay. Yeah. The one advice I can give to up-and-coming DJs and entertainers is that you have to define your brand from the onset. Back in the day, we used to play all sorts of music. I would go into a club and I'd play hip-hop, R&B, kwaito the whole night. Where else now, it's very important to specialize so that when you go on into the market, people know what you're about immediately, because you don't have time to be educating them. And social media is your friend. It's the most important thing. That's the one thing that will make people understand what your brand is all about pronto. So make sure that you understand your brand and you know exactly what you want to do and how you're going to build it. And make sure that you're visible on social media platforms, because at the end of the day, if people don't find you there, they're not going to take you seriously. So yeah, guys, these days I speak to guys and I'm like, okay, where can I find you? And I check everywhere and they're nowhere to be found. So that's the most important thing. Make sure your brand is, visible on social media platforms, and you're good to go.